In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a project in Claude Code according to Anthropic's best practices. I'll also show you how you can use Claude Code and Replit. The project I'll be working on is a product deep research agent using LangGraph with GPT-5 and Tivoli search. Let's get started. So the first thing I did, even before I opened up my terminal, is use Claude to create a claude.md file for Claude Code. You can see it here. In my claude.md, I put my non-negotiables at the top, okay? Including setting up Git and TDD and EDDD, which stands for Evaluation Driven Design, as my non-negotiables. Underneath that, I have my requirements for my product deep research agent, including using GPT-5, Tivoli for web search, as well as LangGraph. Notice how I include links. Okay, this is considered a best practice since Claude Code can actually search the web to refer to documentation. Okay, so after I open up Claude Code in the terminal, I'll actually start to negotiate the plan within plan mode in Claude Code. So let me show you how to do that. You basically just hit Shift Tab twice if you're on a Mac. All right, so now I have plan mode on. Next, I just enter in this prompt, which basically says, hey, you're in plan mode, review the claude.md file that we reviewed earlier, to understand the system architecture. Okay, so it says, okay, I'll review it. I'll review the context and design a comprehensive product agent architecture. Okay, great. So now after it reviews the architecture, it comes up with a plan. Naturally, I reject the plan. Why? So apparently it was suggesting some price comparisons API, and I said, hey, I think using APIs will be more cumbersome. Let's find a method to compare prices without using APIs. Okay, great. So then it recommends web scraping approach. All right. But then I actually reject the plan again. All right, so in my initial claude.md file, I actually didn't include anything about setting up a virtual environment. And I should have done that, right? Because ideally, I want to set up my project for success. So that includes setting up the Git repo, initializing it, along with creating the feature branch, right, for each phase. But that also includes setting up the virtual environment. Okay, so I reject the plan. And then it comes up with a plan for the architecture as well as the virtual environment. Okay, great. But then I reject it again because I'm saying before you do anything, update claude.md with the reflected plan. Okay, so this is very important. Like, I don't want to lose the context of the to-do list, right? When I go into Replit. I can continue the session, but it'll reference the to-do list from memory, and I'd rather just have it write out to the claude.md file so it can immediately reference that without having to bring in the state within the session, okay? Okay, so after negotiating the plan a couple more times, to actually tell it to use the KISS approach to eliminate 60% of the original complexity, right? I finally give it the go-ahead to set up the project structure along with the Git, along with the virtual environment. So let's head over to Replit. Okay, so now you can see that I opened up Replit, and I'm going to begin by importing the Git repo within Replit. So there's a reason why I'm using Replit for this, right? Number one, Replit is a secure coding environment. And number two, it has deployment capabilities. So later on, if I want to deploy this project to the cloud, I can go ahead and pick one of its implementations in order to do that. Okay, so I begin by importing the Git repo, and then I stop its agent. Okay, so I actually install Claude Code. Since it's a command line tool, I can just simply install it with npm. Okay, and then I just connected to my Anthropic account, and that's really it, guys. It's really that simple to just start using Claude Code within Replit. So this is how I set up my projects when I'm using Claude Code with Replit. It may seem like a lot of work up front, but trust me, it pays dividends when you're not debugging careless errors later on. The trick is steering Claude on the best practices of agentic software development, not having Claude steer you. I'll be sharing more tips and tricks on how to build deep agents with Claude Code in my next video.